guys, and welcome to my channel, Cricket Broadcast. I hope you guys are all doing. And guys, before we actually dive into our video for today, I want to talk about you know some of the best players that both England and South Africa have produced in the last few years. So let's quickly talk about, and I'll now tell you the reason why I'm stressing on this. Um, so let's talk about, let's only talk about five players from each side. So let's start with England. I want to talk about Andrew Strauss. He was an amazing classical left-handed batsman who played one-day international crickets and test crickets for England. He was also captain of the English cricket team. A very classy opener. I think more than 20 test centuries to his name. Really good average. Very dependable player. And then the second player I want to talk about is Alistair Cook. He was one of the England's greats, you can say. Scored 10,000 plus runs in Test cricket, and he retired at a very early age. In his early 30s. But what a joy to witness some of the finest innings that he has played over the years. The third player I want to talk about is the all-rounder. The first two are batsmen, Andrew Flintoff. I mean, if you pick a top 11 of England's all-time greatest, and I'm sure Andrew Flintoff would be the all-rounder, would definitely be in the all-rounder category there. I mean, he was instrumental in England winning the Ashes series in 2005 over Australia. So he played some incredible innings, and he was not only handy as a bowler, but he also used to bat, like, especially in difficult situations, especially if you're batting first and you wanted to score some really big hits in the final over. So Flintoff was your guy. The next two players I want to talk about are the bowlers. The first one is James Anderson, or Jimmy Anderson as he is popularly called as. So Jimmy Anderson is the leading wicket taker for England in Test cricket, and one of the highest wicket taking bowlers. I think he's only behind Glenn McGrath in terms of fast bowlers taking maximum number of wickets in Test cricket. What an amazing! I mean, his swinging Yorkers are just like a pleasure and joy to watch. He stopped playing one day cricket, but he's still playing Test cricket. But he's been there, playing for England for a very long time now, and extremely fit guy. Great to have in the team. And the next bowler I want to talk about is Stuart Broad. Stuart Broad generally doesn't get a lot of credit, but he's not very behind Jimmy Anderson in terms of the number of test wickets. He's got I think over 400 test wickets, and he's just doing really well, and he's in his mid-30s, I believe. And so he's got few years to play, and I'm sure he'll definitely take many wickets and win many matches for England. So this is the England squad. I want to talk about the South African squad right now. Top five players which I think they have produced in the last few years. Graeme Smith, great guy, amazing left-handed batsman. So a good thing about Graeme Smith was he was very good in Test cricket, but even in one-day cricket where you need to chase a lot of runs, or T20, where you need like really good start, he was the guy. I mean, he was a big guy, and who used to score a lot of runs at the top of the order for South Africa. He actually became captain of South Africa at a very young age in his mid-20s, and he was captain for quite some time. He led South Africa to a lot of victories, and was a great player to watch. The next player I want to talk about is Hashim Amla. He was also South Africa's one of the greats. He holds a lot of records for fasting, like I guess 1,000, 2,000, and so on. Such kind of runs in one day international cricket. He actually started off in Test, but then he also came to one day. He also played T20 cricket and IPL. And the next player I want to talk about is Jack Ellis. I mean, if you pick an all-time 11, no matter if it's one day international or Test cricket, this guy would definitely be in your team. He's rated as the best all-rounder who's played the game of cricket. over 10,000 runs in Test, over 10,000 runs in One Day International. An absolute joy to watch. He used to bat at number three. Then next player I want to talk about is AB de Villiers. I mean, he's known as Mr. 360 because of his ability to hit on all the parts of the ground. He actually garnered a lot of attention since he started playing IPL, even though he was very talented. Since he started playing for South Africa, but he's one bowler who is feared. He's one batsman who is feared a lot by bowlers because he can take the match away from you in any situation. I mean, I remember his innings, I think it was against West Indies in 2015 World Cup, where he scored like a century in like really less number of balls and took South Africa to a very huge target. And he also scored century in about 31 balls, I believe, one day international century against the West Indies. So I mean, he's one of the greatest players to have ever played the game. He actually retired at an early age, but wish AB hanged on for some more time. It was an absolute joy to watch him. One bowler I want to talk about in South Africa is Sean Pollock. One of South Africa's all-time great bowlers, very consistent. He and Alan Donald were very phenomenal in the late 90s in getting South Africa to a lot of wins. So, one of the greatest South African bowlers. He also was the captain of South Africa for some time. Uh, but an amazing bowler. If you pick up like top 11 of South Africa, this guy would definitely be there. So the reason I spoke about these guys is to show the rivalry between England and South Africa, and how they have produced some of the finest cricket. So any series that they play against each other, be it away or at home, would be a very tight series. So now let's get into our video. So guys, today I have some exciting video for you guys. So there's an ongoing series between England and South Africa. So they were playing a three-match T20 series um, that ended today. So so it was up until the third match. It was a tied series. South Africa won one game and England won another one. But today, as expected, it was a cracker of a game. I mean, South Africa scored 222 for 6 wickets in 20 overs, and England chased the score in 19 overs and one ball. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. It was just too good of a game. So let's quickly go through the analysis of this match, and you know go through the scorecards and bowling stats and so on. So let's go through South Africa first. So as you know, Temba Bavuma and Quinton de Kock. Quinton de Kock is their captain as well as wicketkeeper. So they had a really good opening stand. I think the first wicket fell down at 84 in 7.4 overs. So they were like batting really, really well. Um, Quinton de Kock hit 4 sixes, Temba Bavuma hit 3 sixes, and then once their opening stand came, I guess Tempa Bavuma, he fell shortly right after Quinton de Kock departed. He was bowled by Adil Rashid. And then Rassie van der Dussen came, and he was not able to convert his innings into a high scoring game. But the wild card for South Africa today was Heinrich Klaasen. He scored some ridiculous hits. He had 4 sixes and 4 fours, and then came David Miller. He finished off the innings really well. Hit two sixes and 3 fours. So overall, it was a team contribution. Uh, Even though Klaasen was the highest scorer in South African innings. Well, if you look at the bowling stats, I mean, if you have 222, you can't really expect the economy of the bowlers to be good. So Moeen Ali just bowled 1 over, gave 11 runs. Tom Curran actually
has been proven to be a really good all-rounder for England in the recent times. He took 2 wickets, 33, most economical of all the bowlers from England. And then Mark Wood, went for over 15 runs per over. Chris Jordan's economy is over 12. Adil Rashid, even though he took a wicket, you know, he was taken for a ride today by South African batsman. And then Ben Stokes, one of the best all-rounders today, taking 2 wickets. So South Africa set a target of 223 for England to win. Now let's go through the English cricket scoreboard. So, England today has one of the most explosive batting lineups. If you look at the likes of Jason Roy, Joss Butler, Johnny Bairstow, David Mullan was an addition, Moin Morgan, Ben Stokes, Moeen Ali. It's a powerhouse of batsmen. So Jason Roy couldn't convert today. He actually started off well, but fell shortly to Lungi Ngidi. It was a great catch that Tabriz Shamsi took on the boundary. Nice catch. But today's hero in the beginning was Joss Butler. He he scored some amazing shots, really good looking shots. Scored 9 4s and 2 6s. Scored 57. And if you look at, the first wicket fell at only 15 runs, but the second wicket it fell at 106 or 2 in just 9.3 overs. So that actually gave momentum for the England team. And then Johnny Bairstow was the highest scorer of the game. He hit 7 4s and 3 6s. Very powerful guy in England. He sometimes opens, but today he came in number 3. But he played really well. David Mullan couldn't convert uh, his innings into a big score, but right after these wickets, their captain came to crease, Owen Morgan. He was named as the man of the match today. Um, he did not score a single boundary, but in fact he scored 7 6s, 7 massive 6s that took the game totally away from South Africa. Ben Stokes supported him really well. He hit some amazing 6s, but then he fell shortly to Lungi and Ngidi. And by the time Moeen Ali came, Owen Morgan already had set up the momentum for England to be on the winning side. Um, and if you look at here, like Ben Stokes fell at 206 in 18.1 overs, so they only needed about less than 20 runs when Moeen Ali came, and then Owen Morgan was already hitting the ball. Then Moeen Ali hit one boundary, after which England was victorious. In short, guys, this was one of the best T20 games I have seen till now. So what do you guys think of the video? If you like it, please click on the like button and share your comments. I really look forward to hearing from you guys as well. Thank you. Bye bye.